us suppose someone has a Libra in the 7th house in Rashi chart. The same Libra goes in 6th house in the Navans chart. The native is going to face disputes after the marriage. It goes in the 8th house, the native is going to face troubles from the wife's family. It goes in 12th house, the native is going to face losses due to the disease of wife or due to the fighting of wife after the marriage. All you have to do is time it. Namaskar. Welcome to Lunar Astro. Today's topic, I'm going to give you out the easiest dasha to predict the timing of events. This dasha you can use for any event and it will fit. As long as you follow the procedure, the steps which I'm going to tell you, you cannot miss the event. It is that simple. The only thing I require from your end is you should have basic knowledge of signs. Now, when I say signs, remember a sign has 3 nakshatras, 2.5 nakshatras. And this 30 degree of zodiac, you need to master it. The more you know about the energy of that sign, the concrete prediction you can make about it. For example, you can make a prediction that a dog will come and bite you in this particular dasha. Let's suppose someone has a Venus in Capricorn in Navansh. In that particular dasha, and I will show you in which particular time period, the native will have an accident. This is the interpretation of the dasha. It is very simple. Venus in Capricorn in Navansh. Look at the people, look at the dasha they started running. They will have a vehicle accident. This is one of the snapshots. You can make as many as you want. Like you will fall in a drainage. This is snapshot dasha. It's a snapshot prediction for an dasha. That person will fall in a drain in this dasha. All you have to use is the energy of that sign. The more you read about it, the better your prediction gets. And this is the easiest dasha. I will show you by the help of example. You will say it was very easy to predict this. It was just visible there. So this dasha is, the name of this dasha is Lagan Amsa Dasha. And why I'm teaching this? Because I'm receiving a lot of requests regarding the job changes, that my job might not be secure. The environment is not healthy right now. And we all know that this is due to COVID-19. Why I discuss the financial constraint of the country? Because it doesn't matter whichever country you're living in. This is going to happen worldwide. And the conditions of the world matter when you look at the natal chart. So if the world is going to go through war, if the world is going to go through epidemic, world is going through the financial constraint, this is going to affect all the Raj Yogas in your chart. Even in that epidemic, you're going to make money if there is a Raj Yoga in your chart, but it will not be that much. It has to be get compared to what else other people are making. So this is why it was necessary to give you the picture that what is waiting next for us. So next 3 to 4 years, there is a big constraint for the economy which is coming up. So keep that in mind when you look at the chart. Now regarding the jobs, this dasha is known as the Lagan Amsa Dasha. And to calculate it, all you have to do is, okay, this is the example chart. If you go there at the below of the J Hora, you will see Nakshatra Dashas. And at the bottom, you will see Rashi Dashas. Click on Rashi Dasha. And you'll see Lagan Amsa Dasha. Right click. This is the second Dasha, just below the Narayan Dasha. This is the Lagan Amsa Dasha. This is a Dasha which is seen from the D9 chart. I will talk about this in detail. But why I chose this particular Dasha? Because D9 is the fruit. And it is always easy to see what is the person is going through. What is the fruit of this Dasha? And why it is happening, it is always there in the D1. You do the karma in the D1 chart, you get the fruit of that one in the D9 chart. That's why it's a fruit. Now, when you see only at the fruit part, it is very visible. You say, okay, this is why you're suffering, right? This is what's going to happen. You're going to get the job, or you're going to fall sick, or this is what's going to happen to you. It's very easy. But pay attention to signs. This is a Rashi-based Dasha. That's why it is easy. Now, if someone is running the Dasha of Aries. The first prediction you should make, you're going to start something new. If this Rashi contains Saturn, you'll say you're going to start new profession. Because Saturn is a karma karaka. But let's suppose this particular Saturn is also the fifth lord in the Rashi chart. In the Rashi chart, where I'm telling you. Let's suppose this Saturn is fifth lord in the Rashi chart. It is placed in the Navansh of Aries. You will say you're going to start something related to education in your profession. You're going to go for a new course in your profession. Let's suppose someone has Venus. Very simple. Venus represents your resources. You're going to make more money. And very quickly, because it's a Rashi of Aries. Aries give quick results. And also, relationships is going to start because Aries starts something new. If it's a Rashi of Taurus, Taurus is a resourceful Rashi. So you will say you're going to make more money. Doesn't matter which text you read. Two Rashis, Taurus and Libra. These two Rashis are always associated with money because they're Rashi of Venus. But let's suppose this is the 8th Rashi. So let's suppose Libra is the 8th Rashi in your D1 chart. Or Taurus is the 8th Rashi in your D1 chart, or 12th Rashi, or 6th Rashi. Then you will say you're going to lose the money. If it's a 6th Rashi, you will say you will get the money from the loan. If it's a 12th Rashi, you're going to spend more money. It's about the resources. So the focus is the resources now because it's a Taurus Rashi. And depending on where the placement is, let's suppose someone has Taurus in the 4th house in the Rashi chart, and you started running in the Navansh, you started running the Rashi of Taurus. You will say you're going to gather resources for your house. You're going to buy a new house. All your efforts will be building a new house. When someone starts running the Dasha of Gemini, Gemini is a Rashi which gives you an opportunity to show your skills. This Rashi, most of the transfers happen. This is the Rashi where people get a lot of time to explore their hobbies, their skills. Let us suppose you have a Gemini sign in the 8th house in the Rashi chart, and the same Gemini sign is in 10th house in the Navansh chart. So it's an 8-10 combination which is happening with the Gemini. All you have to say is you are going through the transformation of your business, of your profession. You're going to change your profession very soon. Something new is bound to happen. Or without even any planet, because what I'm using the 8th part of it and the 10th part of it. Transformation of profession. Similarly, whenever the Dasha of Cancer will run, Cancer represents peace, harmony. In Dasha of Cancer, you cannot work hard. All you try to do is to maintain peace. Stay within the home. So let's suppose you started running the Dasha of Cancer, which is in your 10th house in the Rashi chart. And the same Rashi chart, in the Navansh chart, the sign of Cancer goes in 3rd house. You will say you're going to change your place or your office because you cannot take stress anymore. Because now the 3rd house effect of the Navansh will kick in. The person is going to change the job and say, no, I cannot handle the stress anymore. I have to leave it. So similarly, use the qualities of each Rashi. See with the position in D1 chart, see the position in D9 charts. Make a prediction. If there are plants in it, well and good. See, I'm not even using the plants till now. You can use plants later on. That is why I say predicting on blank charts is very important. The first exercise you should do on your chart, or at least on 10 charts of your friends and family, is make D1 and D9 blank charts and use this Lagan Amsa Dasha and see what is happening. Later on, you put plants in it because plants only deliver the results. Before that, even the empty charts, D1 and D9, you can make a prediction. So when you're remember very carefully, stay focused in Jyotish, because when I see the questions which I receive from the students, from the viewers, or in the comment section, If you've not mastered the Rashi and you're running towards the Gemini Atma Karaka, Ganati Karaka, or some other system, or Gemini Sutram, or Ashtakvarga, Shadval, Avasthas, whichever system you're running through, once you start a system, finish it to a point where you can say, I've mastered it. Like you start a worshipful and you do it for next 1 year. Do not look at any other system. If you want to do mastery transits, start transits and finish it to a point that you can only predict using the transit. Because why I'm saying this is because I've seen people who have 15 years in Jyotish, 20 years in Jyotish, and when they hear about Astak Varga, they start reading Astak Varga and they leave everything else. And they will read Astak Varga for 15 days or 10 days and then they will say, okay, let me leave it. And I will read Lajjatadi Avasthas because someone already said Lajjatadi Avasthas. 10 days Lajjatadi Avasthas and then they go for the Gemini part. What happens even after 15 years, not even one thing is mastered out. So if you're reading the Rashis, and this is what keeps stressing on from day one, Rashi, planets and houses. Later on go to Nakshatras. Then you go to yogas. Then you put in various systems in it and it will work. But the basis is a Rashi. So have a very strong grips on Rashis. You should know which Karaka, which planet, which house should go in. What is the prediction I can make on a blank chart? D1, place your D1, place your D9 in it. If your 10th Rashi, suppose, let me take an example of Aries sign. Aries sign, the 10th Rashi will be Capricorn. And this Capricorn Rashi in the Navans chart, if it is going in the 7th house, I will say his business will flourish after the marriage or with the partnership. Then only his business will start working good. Very simple prediction this is. Similarly, you can predict every event in every chart. When you place planets in it, they give you the flavor of the event. So let us look at this particular Rashi Dasha. So what is this procedure I want you to follow? First of all, blank charts. Second thing is write down your good planets, your bad planets, your benefics and malefics, your functional benefics, your functional malefics. This is what I'm talking about. Write down your 6th, 8th, 12th Lord, your Ganati Karaka. Write down Mandigolika, in which particular Rashi they are going in. Once you write them down, write down your Badak Lords. When you write all of them in one line, good planets in one line. So whenever you run a Dasha of a Rashi, which has a benefic planet for you, that Dasha is going to be very good for you. Similarly, whenever you run the Dasha of a bad planet, the planet which contains the Badak Lord, or Ganati Karaka, any malefic in it, 6th, 8th, 12th Lords, or malefic combinations of Mars Saturn, it's a very hard combination, Mars Saturn. Whenever you run the Dasha of the Rashi, which contains these particular planets, you're going to face troubles. Very easy, you can say that. Now let me show you a chart. In this particular chart, I did the consultation in the last year around October and November, and the prediction was that your wife is bound to go to hospital. Also, she will face restrictions in the food. This is what's going to happen. She will not be able to eat food, or there will be some severe restrictions. Saturn is in Rohini Nakshatra in the 7th house in this chart. This is why Rohini represents food, resources. This is why the prediction was given regarding the food. See, this is what I'm telling you. The more you know about signs and nakshatras, the accurate or the specific the prediction can be. Now, if you see in this particular chart, why I said this, the Dasha was running was Virgo. And I did the consultation in Virgo Leo. If you see, Virgo is the 7th house in the chart. It has Uranus, the part of A10 and A9. There's a Sri Lagna. It means the money will be okay if there's some Sri Lagna in the Navan chart. Also, the dispositor of this, it is going in the 6th. It is in sign of Leo. Now, 6th Lord, the better part is the 6th Lord is sitting with the Jupiter. So no, we know that there is a saving grace of Jupiter, and also Jupiter is aspecting it. Also, Jupiter is aspecting by the Rashi Drishti on the seventh house. So the Jeev will be saved. But in the Dasha of Virgo, because now completely the Virgo is running. And Virgo being a natural sign of disease, the Lord is going in the sixth house. This particular Lord is the 12th house of the wife. So wife has to go to hospital. But also what I've used is, so the Virgo Dasha, now you can see, very clearly you can see that you can predict the wife has to go to hospital or you have to visit hospital in this particular Dasha due to the wife sin. But your wife will be saved because of the Jupiter aspect on it. When the Virgo will be over, when the Virgo Libra will start, then a lot of relief to the wife will come. In Dasha Virgo Libra. Virgo Scorpio will be still better because the Dasha of it has the Mars in its own house. Mars is also the ascendant lord. That's why this Dasha will be very better as compared to the Dasha of Virgo. Anyhow, the Dasha of Virgo for Scorpion ascendants, Dasha of Mercury for Martian ascendants, or Dasha of Mars for the Mercurian ascendants are always going to be bad. They are always going to create troubles. Also, what you can do is, if you want to see the profession, you can see the profession from this particular area as well. But if you want to be very specific, click on the options and go to the D10. Lagan Amsa Dasha of D10 chart. And you click here, and then you will get the graph for the D10 chart. This is the traditional chart, but you can also use the Parvati chart. This one also works in D10. It's up to you. I'll leave it up to you which one you want to use. You want to use the traditional Parashara, you can use the traditional Parashara, or you can use the cyclical chart, which is the Parvati chart. This one will work better. Trust me. It is up to you. I'll leave it up to you. If you do not want to use a cyclical chart, if you're addicted to the Parashara chart, please go ahead and use it. So in this Dasha, I know that whenever the Dasha of Leo will run, because Leo has a Jupiter in it, and Jupiter is the fifth lord, it has a Brigo Bindu, it has a Pada of A6, and the Lord Sun is setting in the 11th house with the Saturn retro and Moon. Although there will be conflicts from the bosses, but also the native will gain some position. This is also bound to happen. Whenever the Dasha of Cancer will run for this native, there is a Rahu Ketu and Ghatika Lagna in it, the native will face troubles. This is the fixed ascendant. The 9th house is a Badak. Any of the Rashi is a Badak Rashi for Cancer is a Badak Rashi for this native in D1 as well and D10 as well. So this Dasha of Cancer is going to be troublesome. Also, the Moon is sitting in the 11th house. So whenever the Dasha of Virgo will run in the D10, the Moon will also due to the Badak being the Badak Lord and being with Sun and Saturn, this Dasha of Virgo is not going to be a good one. Similarly, whenever the Dasha of Mars will run, I will say there will be break into profession, a change in profession which is going to happen. Dasha of Libra, there will be change of place in profession. 12th Lord is in 3rd house in sign of Capricorn. But even after changing of the position, the native will gain something. Why? Because there's a Padas of A5 and A11. I'm using 8 Charkarakas. I'm using with traditional Gemini portion. I'm using all the exceptions which has been specified in the Gemini Sutra. This is the portion which I'm using. If you want to use Gemini Sutra with 8 Charkarakas, please go ahead and use it. If you are going with the K.N. Rao Saab, it's up to you. That one will also work if you use the rules of K.N. Rao Saab. I use the traditional part. So this is how, it's a very simple Dasha. All you have to do is pick up the house, pick up the Rashi, see what is in the Rashi, how does the Rashi Lord behaves. And it's the, I mean, you cannot get easier than this, because in Vimshottari, there are a lot of rules which has to be followed. In this particular method, if you want to use Argalas, please go ahead. Who are beginners, if you do not know how to use Argalas, please leave it. It will still work, because what Argalas does is they give you a very clear cut picture. If you want to use Sarvata Badra Chakra, Nakshatras, you can use as much knowledge as you have, you can use in this particular Rashi Dasha. But even for a very beginner, even for a person who's only learned science, can use this Dasha. He will still be able to predict how to use, he will still be able to predict the good time period, bad time period, the timing of marriage, the timing of job, transfer of job. All you have to do is follow the principles which I've told you. Make a blank Rashi chart, blank Navans chart. This is the exercise you should do first. And then you will be very clear why some people face problems after marriage. Just look in the Rashi and Navans. See, the Rashis are moving, the 7th Lord is moving in 6th and 12th. Be very clear that this particular native is going to face troubles from wife's family or wives. Let us suppose someone has a Libra in the 7th house in Rashi chart. The same Libra goes in 6th house in the Navans chart. The native is going to face disputes after the marriage. It goes in the 8th house, the native is going to face troubles from the wife's family. It goes in 12th house, the native is going to face losses due to the disease of wife or due to the fighting of wife after the marriage. All you have to do is time it. So it's a very easiest timing Dasha, timing of events doing this, using this Dasha. Please go ahead, use it and let me know. And I hope you guys enjoyed this little lecture. And nice guys, see you guys next time.